we're going to talk about polynomial functions, okay? So the first thing we need to do is understand what a monomial is. So a monomial is a real number, a variable, or a product of a real number and one or more variables with whole number exponents, right? The degree of a monomial in one variable, so we're talking about one variable, is the exponent of the variable. Okay? A polynomial is a monomial or a sum of monomials. The degree of a polynomial in one variable is the greatest degree among its monomials. So this is the standard form of a polynomial. So p of x equals a sub n times x to the nth power plus a sub n minus 1 x to the nth minus 1 plus a sub n minus 2 x to the n minus 2 plus dot 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 plus a sub 1 times x plus a sub 0. Essentially what we're going to do is we're going to find the highest power and we're going to go highest power to lowest power. Okay? So when we're looking at these, when we're looking at polynomials, we have this table here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to kind of talk about what happens if my degree. So if my degree is 0, so if I have x to the 0th power, we call that a constant. So that's a name using the degree. It's constant. An example of that would be 5. Okay? Number of terms is 1. It's just there. That's called a monomial. Okay? If my degree is 1, we are linear, and that's going to be x plus 4, right? And y equals mx plus b. Here we have 2 terms, so it's a binomial. Degree 2, that's a quadratic, x squared plus 5x plus 6. Okay, how many terms are there here? 3. That makes us a trinomial. 3 terms, degree 3, that's cubic functions. So here I have x cubed plus 5x squared plus 6x plus 7. There are 4 terms here, so we would say that's a polynomial of 4 terms. Okay, so once we get above 3, we just say it's a polynomial of 4 terms. Okay, name them out. 4, power 4 is a quartic. Here we have 2x to the 4th plus 5x squared. There's 2 terms, so it'd be a binomial. So 5th power is a quintic. X to the 5th plus 3x plus 7. There's 3 terms. It's a trinomial. Okay. So if you're classifying these, a lot of times we'll link these together. Okay. So here we're going to classify this. We want to get this in standard form first. So we want to rearrange this. So I'm going to go 9x squared plus 3x plus 5. So now I look at my degree. My degree is 2, so it's a quadratic. And how many terms are there? 3. So this is a quadratic trinomial. Okay? So now, here I have another example, but I need to make sure I put the highest power first and then combine my terms. So I notice that I have a negative 6x squared and a 10x squared. So I only want one term, okay? So I need to combine this. So 10x squared minus 6x squared is 4x squared plus 4x minus 12. So this is now a 4th power. 4th power is a quartic. Quartic. How many terms are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 terms is a quartic. Polynomial of 4 terms. Okay? So when we're talking about polynomials, we're going to have this idea of end behavior. So what's happening at the end of these graphs? Where is it going towards? Okay? So I'm going to break this up into an even degree and an odd degree. Okay? So the nice thing about even degrees is their end behavior has to go in the same direction. They either both have to go up or they both have to go down. Now, in pre-calculus next year, we're actually going to talk about as x goes to infinity, y is going to go to infinity or negative infinity, okay? But for us, we're going to say up, up, or down, down. So even degree, it's based on my a sub n. So it's based on my first coefficient. If it's positive, I have up and up. So my end behavior is both going to go in the same direction. It's both going to go up. If a sub n is less than 0 or negative, okay, they're both going to go down. Okay, so down and down. Now, if I have an odd degree or an odd power here, it should say degree. So if I have an odd degree, so that's like cubes, linear, x to the fifth, so on and so forth. If a sub n is greater than 0, so that would be like x cubed, I'm down and up. I always talk about them left to right. Okay, so I would have down and up. If I'm negative, or a sub n is less than 0, I'm up, then down. So we want to describe this end behavior. Odd powers always go in opposite directions, okay? I'm either up and down, or down and up, depending on my a sub n, okay? So I look here. I have my highest degree is 3. I don't really care about the negative 3x when I'm talking about end behavior. All that does is kind of make it change direction or have turning points inside of my end behavior. So at x cubed, it's a positive x cubed. So a sub n is positive. So it's down, up. Now I have negative 2x to the fourth plus 8x cubed minus 8x squared plus 2. I look here, my degree is even, so I'm even, right? So I'm either going to be up, up, or down, down. I look at my lead coefficient. It is negative, so a sub n is less than 0, so I have down, down. Okay. Now, the last thing we're going to talk about is being able to tell the degree from the differences. So when I'm looking here, as long as my x's are integers in numeric order here, I actually can find the difference of my y's to determine the degree. So if I find my difference here, so this is going to be negative 6, negative 3 minus negative 7 is going to give me 4. 5 minus negative 3 is 8. 11 minus 5 is 6. 9 minus 11 is negative 2. Negative 7 minus 9 is negative 16. Okay? I'm going to do this again, all right, and find my difference here. So now I find the difference here. 4 minus a negative 6 is 10. 8 minus 4 is 4. 6 minus 8 is negative 2. Negative 2 minus 6 is negative 8. 16 here is negative 14. Now I'm going to find my difference again. 4 minus 10 is negative 6. Negative 2 minus 4 is negative 6. Negative 8 minus a negative 2 is negative 6. 14 minus negative 8 is negative 6. And so now I notice that my third difference, 1, 2, 3, after my third difference, I have the same value here. So this tells me it is degree 3. So it tells me that is a third degree polynomial, okay? So understand that there's lots of ways to describe a polynomial. We can describe it by its degree. We can describe it by its terms. We can describe it by both usually. And then what's happening on that end behavior.